Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Riopel, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the procedures that we do in our office. Today we're covering the CO2 fractional treatment, which we have the machine which is made by Luminous. Now, fractional treatment originally started with the Fraxel laser. The Fraxel laser was an erbium laser that punched out little tiny holes in the skin, and this allowed the collagen to grow into the holes, therefore rejuvenating the skin. Erbium is a fairly weak laser though, so a dramatic improvement in the laser technology came when Luminous developed the CO2 fractional treatment. And that's what we have. Luminous has been making CO2 lasers for years, and this is a very highly efficient laser that can treat a broad spectrum of people because it's made in a way that we can adjust the settings fairly dramatically. First of all, for people who have brown spots and pigmentation and irregular colors on their skin but don't have a lot of fine lines or need a lot of tightening, we can do the Active FX. The Active FX uses this handpiece, and what it does is we prep the face with some numbing cream, and then we use the Active FX handpiece to treat the entire face. And what it does is it rejuvenates the face. It allows the face to shed the brown pigmentation and irregular skin and smooth, and the skin becomes much nicer looking, much younger in appearance. But this laser, I said, is very versatile. We also have the Total FX. Now, Total FX goes deeper. This is a different handpiece that we again put on the laser. And what the Total FX is for tightening and reducing fine lines and reducing pore size. So if we have someone that's a little bit older, has a lot of fine lines, has a lot of pore size, the enlargement, has some drooping of the face and the skin, that's a perfect candidate for the Total FX. The Total FX works very similarly to the Active FX in that it punches little tiny holes in the skin. It's almost as if we're treating a lawn with lawn aeration. Just like a lawn is aerated and takes out little plugs, the CO2 punches little tiny microscopic holes into the skin, and then the skin is allowed to grow into those holes over the next 4 to 6 to 8 to 12 weeks. And as it grows into the holes, it creates tightening of the skin and reduction of fine lines, and it actually thickens the skin. We lose about 1% of our collagen thickness per year. So by the time we're, say, 45, 50 years old, we've lost 45 to 50%. When the skin grows into these tiny little holes and creates thickening, it's actually making our skin younger. So it looks younger both on the surface and down deep. So when we do a patient who needs a lot of rejuvenation, we do what's called Total FX. That's a combination of the deep tip for the CO2 fractionation and the active. So we're getting pretty much everything. We're getting brown spot reduction, reduction in pore size, tightening of the skin, and filling in of fine lines. So it creates a really nice look for the patient. So if you're interested in finding out more about this, we'd really be happy to see you in our office for a consultation.